So you have two ways to print on here. You can either print direct to garment, DTG, and that's going to be like an ink kind of thing, as it makes sense, or you can have embroidered. And so embroidered is going to move you up to the top, like the breast pocket there. And we've got a couple colors for what the embroidering could look like. We'll do an embroidered one in just a minute. Let's go back to DTG. Let's upload that file that we wanted. But I want to point out that you can also design everything directly in Gelato. So they have some really great tools here. We can look at our layers. We can have some files uploaded. We can add our own text and move everything around. We could also add some shapes and some images on here. And so you can design everything directly in Gelato. You don't necessarily have to use Canva. I like to use a third party sometimes because then you have the image file saved, and it makes it easier if you want to put that on your website or on a flyer or whatever else you might want to use that for. I think it's nice to have that separately, but you can also you can design it all in Gelato, like I said. So if we go to choose a file, we can have this one right here. As it is, it looks like the template we used in Canva was a little bit smaller. So it says if we get onto warnings, we should have 150 dots per inch. Right now it's 125 DPI. So I could always scale this down a little bit until we get to 150 DPI about right there. And so like it still looks good. I think that looks fine. If you stretch it too much, it won't necessarily look bad, but you're just not utilizing the full quality and capabilities of that printer. So I'm going to leave it just like that. I want it to be a little bit bigger. I think that's kind of funny. Let's put it just like that. We can also move it up and down, as you saw I was doing right there. And of course, we can choose the color of the shirt. I think white makes perfect sense here. I think that looks good. But of course, if you wanted other colors, you can select multiple colors, have them all available for this product. Unfortunately, it looks like this little natural color is out of stock temporarily, so I'm not going to select that one. Maybe a gray one. They call it ash right here. Maybe that would be another good color. We could also select the sizes that are available. It doesn't really matter to us, because we're not holding inventory. We can accommodate larger or less common sizes. Maybe 5XL is not something you'll sell a lot of, but because you're not holding inventory, you can absolutely do that. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind is that, as you can see right there, some colors are not available in some sizes because obviously Gelato has to hold stock for that, or their printers do. So not every size is going to be available. Just something to keep in mind, but is worth doing if you want to have that. We can also add designs to other parts of the shirt. So we can add it on the back. We can add it to the inner neck. That could be like your logo right here if you're trying to make more of a brand that's more recognizable. You can have outer neck, so on the back, on the top. We can also add something on the sleeves, which is really cool. So really a lot of flexibility on where you add these designs and what the designs actually look like. For something basic like this, I'm going to leave it just like that. Maybe I'll put it on the inner neck as well, so it doesn't just say Gildan 5000. It also has my logo there as well. And this might be an example of where I'd want to just use the text feature here. I'll click Add Text, and we can say Santrel Designs. Santrel Designs. Make this as large as I can. And let's increase this font size. And we'll make it like a Santrel blue. Go there and add Santrel Designs. Okay, there we go. So now that's going to be printed on the inside just like that. So we have that. Now we can click on Continue to Mockups. Once you're happy with the design, click on Continue to Mockups, and we can select the mockup. Something really cool that I've always really liked about Gelato is the way they have this setup so seamlessly integrated. You don't have to go to any third parties and try to import your image and make it look like it's on another model. Like they do that all for you. You can choose which ones you like. You can also show more. Like they've got a ton of different options down here. And so if I just say, hey, this looks good. I like two people right there hanging out, wearing this funny shirt. I'm going to click on that. So I'm going to upgrade to Gelato Plus. You get shipping discounts, you get premium mockup tools, and you get some other design tools as well. So I think it's personally worth it. It's also a free trial, and if you don't like it, you can always downgrade, but we're going to upgrade for right now. I'm going to click on Get Free Trial. We have to upgrade Gelato anyway, so might as well do that now. And of course, I'll add a new payment method, add my credit card details, and then click on Continue. And then I'll bring you to this page right here, so we'll say Continue to Gelato. And now we're able to use any of these premium mockups, like I said, so we can go with this one right here. We could also make it our primary one if you wanted, and you can choose the image format as well to a PNG or a JPEG. So going down, let's see which other ones would be good. Maybe like this person right here would be pretty good. We can also show the collar, and we can show maybe this one. We'll show the back. Just some more images of it would be pretty useful. And now we can click on downloads. We're going to have all of those available. just in case we want to use them any other places on the website or on flyers or anywhere else you might want to use it, social media, for example. It's good to have these mockups downloaded in full resolution rather than having to like take screenshots of your store sometime later. So these are all saved. We'll say continue to details. And now we can add a lot more information here about this product. And you'll see this is all going to get ported over to Shopify. So it makes your life a lot easier when you can just add everything in just one spot right here. So we're going to say this is going to be, even though that's what it is, let's call it Sunday Filet heavyweight unisex crew neck t-shirt. Looks good. We can add a little description there. Sometimes what I like to do then is go over to ChatGPT and tell it like I have this t-shirt, please come up with a description. I'm going to say enter, see what it comes up with. All right, so maybe something like that looks good to me. I'll highlight it, copy it, and we can just paste that down here. Paste that down there. It's maybe a little bit long. And then we can go down to the table. We're going to have the size table. Looks good so people can see the sizes of things, get an idea of what the right size for them is. Should ideally reduce returns, even though like it's a pretty common t-shirt. So I think a lot of people know what size they would wear here. I wouldn't expect returns to be particularly high related to fit on this product. But like longer sleeves are a very common one. You might see a lot more returns on. So that is something we'll talk about later in the video. Now, as far as tags, we can add some tags for this one. You can have up to 13 of them. So I don't know, for my website, I don't really think I need tags on this specific thing, but let's just add some anyway. So let's call this t-shirt. T-shirt, this is going to be graphic, humor. Maybe we'll have that. We can have collections as well. So homepage collection, sure, that makes sense. Show product to store visitors. Yes, display free shipping on your storefront. That's also something I want to do. And now we can say continue to prices. So we'll find out how much this is actually going to cost to make and then figure out how much we should actually be charging when we sell this. So they have a retail guide already on how much we should be selling it for. They're saying anywhere from $20.88 up to $32.58. Seems pretty reasonable to me. I think I would agree with that. And you'll see right there, shipping cost is $3.96. Estimated production cost between $10 and $16. And it'll tell us what our actual profits are going to be on the end. So we can say, hey, we want our profit margin to be, you could say maybe 30%, and it'll calculate everything for you right there. So we could also say maybe we want profit to be 60%. It gives us a little more leeway for our marketing, but of course it is going to be tougher to sell when it's like a $30 t-shirt, right? That's pretty tricky. So I think leaving this right around like 40 to 50%, 50%, I'm just going to do that for now. Obviously, this is something you need to like figure out on your own, depending on how great your design is and how much people are willing to pay for it versus how much your marketing costs, how much earned marketing and media you're actually able to get as well. All of that is going to be a really big factor in this. So the reason we're seeing a price range, by the way, is that each color is going to be a different price. All the sizes, from what I'm seeing, are typically the same, except for like the 2XL and the 3XL. Those are going to be a little bit more expensive. But you might say, hey, like I actually kind of want these both to be the same price for the colors. So I can make them both $24. You can manually input each price here. Or you can just click on right here, you could say, I want everything that's a medium to be $24. We could just make that like a flat price there. So that'll give us slightly different profits between the ash and the white. You can see we're looking at 56 versus 50% profits, but that's rooted in something out of our control, the difference in the cost of the colors for the different shirts. So once you're happy with all of these, we can then click on publish, and our product is being published. It's almost ready to go.